There is a single thought standing between you and the life you were born to live. One thought, one invisible idea hiding in the corners of your mind that has been quietly keeping you poor. And here's the terrifying part. You may not even know it's there. You might think the barrier is your job, your economy, your circumstances, or your luck. But the truth is sharper and simpler. Poverty is not born in your environment. It is born in your thinking. Everything in your life right now is a reflection of what you've habitually believed to be possible for you. If your mind is filled with lack, your life will manifest lack. If your mind cries, I can't afford it, the universe will echo, so be it. Thought is currency, and the poor man, even when handed gold, will lose it because his thoughts are too small to hold it. Let's speak plainly. The world isn't withholding wealth from you. You are withholding yourself from wealth because of one poisonous thought you've accepted as fact. There's never enough. That single thought is the seed of all poverty. It's the silent command that shapes your every decision. It tells you to play it safe, to save instead of build, to seek wages instead of opportunity, to chase crumbs instead of baking your own bread. That thought is the true thief of your abundance. You see, your outer world is only a reflection of your inner habits of thinking. The poor mind says, when I have more, I'll feel rich. The wealthy mind says, when I think rich, I'll have more. That is the great secret. And if you listen carefully, if you really lean in, you'll notice something remarkable. Everything you call reality right now was once a thought. Your city, your home, your job, your relationships, even your struggles. They all began as ideas that found a willing mind to feed them. What you think about most, you attract most. That isn't mysticism. It's the architecture of human behavior. You move automatically toward your dominant thoughts, just as a compass points north. And if that dominant thought says, I'll never have enough, your actions will unconsciously fulfill that prophecy with precision. The difference between the man who builds empires and the man who barely survives has nothing to do with the amount of time in the day. Both have 24 hours. It has nothing to do with opportunity. Opportunity lives everywhere, wearing the disguise of hard work. The difference lies only in the thought they serve. The wealthy mind asks, how can I? The poor mind says, I can't. One question opens doors. The other seals them shut. Hear this and remember it deeply. You are both the prisoner and the architect of your fortune. If you believe you're destined to struggle, your mind will create circumstances to confirm it. But when you decide that wealth, growth, and success are natural states of being, when you stop seeing abundance as a miracle and start treating it as a responsibility, you'll feel the chains begin to crack. The tragedy is that we've been trained to despise wealth before we even understand it. We're told money is the root of evil, that ambition is greed, that contentment means staying still. But the truth? Poverty of thought is the only real evil, because it strips people of the power to create, to give, to lead. Money in the hands of a wise mind becomes a tool for freedom. But in the hands of an impoverished mind, it becomes fear, guilt, or vanity. Look around you. Every invention that transformed our world began with a person who refused to think poor. They dared to believe that their thoughts were worth something, that brains could birth fortunes, that imagination was a tool, not a toy. The airplane, the telephone, electricity, all conceived by minds that thought differently about limitation. These people understood that ideas are assets. Your thought is your gold mine. The richer your thinking, the richer your reality becomes. Most people spend their lives guarding their money, but never guarding their mind. They fear being robbed of dollars, yet let themselves be robbed of ideas every single day. They feast on negativity, scarcity, gossip, and comparison, then wonder why their lives feel empty. The mind is a marketplace. What you allow to enter it becomes your inventory. Fill it with scarcity, and that's all you'll sell to the world. But fill it with boldness, belief, and purpose, and your life will overflow with opportunity. There is a moment you must face, an awakening, where you stop blaming the external world and say, if it is to be, it begins with me. Every wealthy soul was once a poor thinker who decided to reprogram the way they saw themselves. They looked at struggle not as a curse, but as a challenge calling forth their creativity. Instead of asking, why me? They asked, well, what can I learn here? And that shift in thought, that single pivot of perspective, marked the beginning of their riches. If you keep repeating the thought, money is hard to make, your mind will unconsciously create struggle to prove you right. But if you say with conviction, opportunities chase me because I am valuable, your mind begins seeking proof of that too. It's not mystical, it's neurological. The subconscious mind filters your reality according to your expectations. Raise your belief, and your brain will begin aligning your behavior with that belief. Suddenly, you'll see possibility where others see problems. You'll find doors where others only see walls. You cannot attract wealth with thoughts of lack any more than you can plant weeds and expect roses. The soil of your mind is neutral. It will grow whatever seed you consistently plant. So the question is, what have you been planting? Thoughts of limitation or thoughts of expansion? Of waiting or of creating? Of fear or of faith? The poor thought whispers, there's never enough. The prosperous thought declares, there's always more where that came from. The first lives in a cage, the second lives in flow, and you get to choose every single day which one you serve. So I challenge you right now to perform a mental inventory. Pay attention to the phrases you use most often. Do you speak of bills or investments, of complaints or possibilities, of prices or value? Your words are clues to your core beliefs, and those beliefs are writing the script of your financial destiny. Every time you repeat a limiting thought, you are depositing scarcity into your subconscious. Every time you affirm abundance, you are depositing potential. And here's the secret the wealthy refuse to ignore. Compound interest applies to thoughts just as it does to money. Small positive beliefs, repeated consistently, become unstoppable momentum. Tiny acts of faith compound into extraordinary fortune. Wealth does not chase intellect. It chases clarity of purpose. It moves toward those who see opportunity through the lens of belief, not through the fog of doubt. The poverty of mind always asks, what if it doesn't work? The wealthy mindset demands, what if it does? So take this truth and burn it into your heart. You do not need permission to think rich. You need decision. Decide that from this moment forward, you will think thoughts that expand, not restrict. That you will see yourself not as a beggar of chance, but as a creator of opportunity. Refuse to indulge the low spirit of limitation that says success is for someone else. Wealth is your birthright if you dare to claim it in your mind first. The poorest man in the world is not he who has nothing in his pocket, but he who believes he has nothing to give. The richest man is not he who has everything, but he who sees everything as an opportunity to grow and serve. Your fortune lies not in your bank, but in your belief. The thought keeping you poor has had its last day, if you choose. Begin today to speak the language of abundance, to act as if wealth already flows through you, to think as the creator you were destined to become. Because once your thought changes, your world must follow. Poverty dissolves the moment the mind outgrows it. Go ahead. Think like a wealthy person now. Your spirit already knows how.